Hi everyone, I'm Lauren from Single Barrel Soaps, and today I'm working on a soap that honestly has been in the back of my mind for about 4 years. So my husband on one of his business trips brought me home some green tea sea salt. Really cool, and I always had in the back of my head to make a green tea soap. So today I decided, you know what, I'm doing it, because why not? So I took some of my green tea and I brewed it, and then I've had it in the fridge all day. So it's nice and cold, and then I have my lye here, which I'm going to gradually add, and then I have my sea salt. So I'm going to add my sea salt to the lye, to the lime cheese solution to make it similar to a salt bar. I only have about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to see how it goes. I have never done this before. I actually don't think I've even made a soap with tea before. So let's see. So I will speed this part up, but I'm just going to gradually add in my lye, and definitely different color change already. So I'm just going to keep stirring to make sure it all dissolves before I add more. And I'm going to have all the lye dissolve, and then I will add the salt to it. And so when you add salt to a soap bar, it really makes a harder bar. So I'm not sure enough sea salt. I feel like, I know dead sea salt can cause weeping because it has so much moisture in it. It can cause that on the soaps. But I'm not sure about green tea sea salt. So we're going to see it. It's just sea salt with, let's see, for the ingredients. It's sea salt and Japanese matcha powder added. So that's all. So who knows? I'm really excited. I just, it's been not so fun lately. It's been a little wearing on me, having all my kiddos home nonstop and really not being able to take them anywhere or do anything. So I wanted to do something that kind of sparked my creativity and just have some fun. Now, when you add lye to a tea, a coffee, a beer, anything like that, it does kind of get a weird smell at first. I do prefer a lot of times to use instead of a water, to use ice. I find that it keeps everything cooler and it's just easier to work with. But I just didn't put these in ice cubes today. So I'm going to scrape out all the lye. I got just about everything. That to the side. I'm going to keep stirring, and I like to use a spatula because I can really feel if there's any clumps of lye anywhere and make sure it's all dissolved. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then I will add the green tea sea salt. Now it is getting warmer. Let me look for my thermometer. Wow, really? Okay, so what I'm going to do is before I add the sea salt, I am going to go and make an ice bath. That will help keep everything cool and make it a little easier. So actually I have this container. I have some ice sitting right here because I'm prepping other lye solutions in a few minutes. So I'm just going to take this and pop it right on top. Let's see. 96, that's pretty warm. But it is all dissolved. Oh gosh, I just want to add the salt in. It's so bad. All right, but it is looking more clear. And this soap, I do actually have green tea matcha powder that I'm going to add to it, but I will add that right to the oils. So this is going to be pretty simple soap design-wise because I have a feeling it's going to move very fast due to all the additives that I'm adding. All right, so that dissolved pretty well. Dark color. Now I'm not going to add any additional color besides the green tea powder. Ooh, that kind of smells good. And then I am going to use a fragrance oil. It's going to be, oh, that really smells good. Ooh. Green tea citrus. Let's see, that's going to take a little bit longer to dissolve. And since all the lye did dissolve already in here, I'm going to still use a strainer because the only residue will be the salt. It's okay. I feel a little bit of clumps at the bottom, but it's not bad. Let's see the temperature. All right, so the temperature's starting to go down, which is really good. That's due to the ice. And I mean, oh, okay, it all went in. That's a great job. It actually is good that it got so hot. That way it'll dissolve the salt. But it smells good. All right. That is exciting. All right, I'm just gonna keep stirring this. And then I'm gonna let it sit and cool before I soak with it. 'Cause once again, I know this is gonna be a tricky batch just from all the additives. So I'll be back when it's time to add everything to the oils and butters. Okay, we're back and I'm gonna mix the green tea powder right into here before I add the lye because I feel like it's gonna move really quick. I'm gonna mix that in and I'm actually, because I'm not doing any separate colors or anything, I'm gonna mix the fragrance oil in also first. So that way I'll just incorporate the lye and I will start with my spatula when I go over the lye section, just because I think it's gonna speed up pretty fast. So, all right, let's get started. So now I'm going to pour lye water and there actually wasn't any clumps. So I'm just gonna pour this in. I'm so curious to see how this soap's gonna turn out. Oh, there are clumps at the bottom. So let me get my little strainer. And I have no other clean strainers in here at the moment, so we're gonna use this little guy. But I wanna make sure that I'm getting all the lye water in. All right, so we'll move this to the side. Now I'm just gonna stir it in first. I'll do a couple quick buzzes. All right. Oh, see, there we go. Nice and thick, but it looks like it's ricing a little bit. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep stirring just to kind of get that out. All right, not ricing, just really thick. Okay, let's get this into the mold. All right. And I knew this was going to be a tough one, just from all the additives. All right, well, that's why I wear gloves. Beat it in there. And it's not too warm yet. This may actually end up just going into the crock pot to cook down. I'm not sure what I want to do. That's the salt too, the salt that I added. I might not know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's really pretty and shiny. All right, so we're just gonna pop it in the crock pot. Because I'm not tapping this down, it's not working. So I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna put it in the crock pot and let it cook. All right, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. I ended up moving it over here because honestly, the soap gremlins have struck tonight and I knocked over a bottle of fragrance oil for my kids. So my room now smells like bunny farts. So I just decided to move this over here and I will just focus on this soap for tonight because I'm done. But you can see it's really starting to gel. I have my crock pot on high and it's starting to gel. And then as soon as all of this looks nice and translucent and together, I will very, very, very quickly throw it into the mold. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Honestly, I'm probably gonna listen to music, hang out, and see, this has only been on here, gosh, maybe less than 10 minutes. So I'm gonna put the lid on and I'm really gonna let it cook just to get all the temperature even. Because you can see as soon as it kind of hits the air and cools down, it thickens back up. But it does smell amazing. I think it's gonna be great for your skin. It's just a soap gremlins hit. All right, so I'll be back as this cooks. Okay, I'm back. So I was gonna leave this a natural color, but with this texture, I'm not really happy with the natural color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add Andy the Money. I'm not sure, I think this should work. But I'm hoping that's not gonna be dark enough. Okay, hold on. So I was gonna leave it natural, but I'm really not digging this look. So I am gonna add Jade Green from Nurture Soap. I'm gonna mix this in some oil and mix it in, and I'm hoping this will at least lighten it a little bit. It just smells amazing. I know it's gonna be amazing for your skin, and I just don't want it to be this color. So I am going to work on that. So I'm gonna let this cook while I mix up the color in oil, and I'm gonna add the oil in. So I'm gonna just put the lid back on that. Let me grab one of my little corn cups. And of course I never measure my goes. But that looks good. And we'll see. Who knows? My wonderful husband already offered to take this batch. He's like, I can always use soap. I'm like, yeah, but I'm now determined to fix this. So let me find my little mixer. Maybe what's fitting? Oh, come on. There it is. All right. So. And I know it's going to be a lot of mixing to get this fully incorporated with everything, but I'm willing to do that. All right. Well, let's see how this works. Pretty color. And I'm pretty sure it'll just get muted. That'd be my hope. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, nice. And I know it's not going to match a normal bright green color. I just wanted a green tint so it wasn't just brown, you know, because this is the super green tea soap. So I just want a little bit of green in the color. And I'm going to stir it really good, and then I'm going to let it cook so it'll blend even more. Yeah, I just wanted a tinge. That's all I wanted. And it actually is more of a hint of green in person. Okay, so I am trying my first voiceover. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but we're gonna try it. So for this, I just kind of shoved everything in the mold. So I ended up cutting it the next day. And I mean, it looks pretty cool. Not bad, but I put them all into little balls. And then I put them in a big plastic bag. I used Andy the Money from Mad Micah's, coated them, and then really shook it. And here we go. So let's get on to the soap making. Hi everyone, I'm Lauren from Single Barrel Soaps, and today I am fixing an oopsie batch. So my previous video, I'm hoping I can be able to make them both together so it's not so long. But the green tea soap, I ended up putting it in the mold. I cut it. I'm hoping I can insert a picture here. So first, when I finally got in the mold, my middle daughter came and looked at it and she's like, Mommy, that soap looks like soil. And I was like, okay, great. That's just not gonna happen. So then the next day, I cut it, and I had already had kind of an idea of what I was gonna do with the batch, because there was no way I was selling those bars like that. And I didn't want to waste a really, really good recipe with all sorts of like luscious, wonderful, yummy ingredients with that. So I didn't just want to throw it away. So what I did was I made soap balls. So I had the idea for the soap balls, but I really wasn't sure what I was gonna do with it, but I didn't wanna waste the soap. But then I was talking to my husband, and we are huge fans of the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on Netflix. We love it. I think we've watched it through twice now. But boba tea is a big thing, also known as bubble tea. So my husband was like, why don't you just make a green tea bubble boba tea? So this was the inspiration picture we found. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I have all my butters and oils right here. I have my lye water. I am gonna use a small amount of fragrance oil, but I don't want it to accelerate. So to limit acceleration, I am gonna add my mica directly to my oils so that I won't have to overmix it later, and I will add my fragrance oil by hand. So New Leaf Mica by Nurture. Now I'm just gonna, like I always do, guesstimate. And then I'm hoping to match the color. If the colors aren't perfect, it's fine. I need to keep reminding myself the picture's just for inspiration. But I'm gonna mix this up. I think I want it a little bit, honestly, brighter, because once I add the lye water to it, it will change a little bit. What is up with these? Oh my gosh. All right. And I love when I can just mixing my colorants directly to my oils. It's just so much easier. All right, so now I'm going to add my lye water. I think it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna make this a little bit, that's where I always get myself in trouble. I want to the very least to be a light trace. It's kind of easier because I'm gonna have all the soap balls at the bottom. I'm using a tall and skinny mold, so I'll have those all at the bottom. But I do want a thin layer of soap first, but I want to, okay, we're almost there. All right, and then I am scraping out the stick blender and I am putting it away for this batch because that's what I always do, and I rush it too much. So I'm try not to do that today. Today is going to be all about patience, which I really don't have very much. All right, so I just want to stir it a little more. So this is very runny. It isn't breaking apart, so it is emulsified. I am going to put a thin layer. No, I'm gonna add the fragrance oil, and I'm just gonna add it. And I've measured it out. There wasn't a lot left. And I'm gonna stir that by hand. That smells amazing. There we go, that's thickening it up. So I'm gonna keep stirring this by hand. I'm gonna pour a small layer. Oops, set that out of the way. A small layer on the bottom. And then add the soap balls, because I really want them to sink to the bottom. Okay. I'm just gonna grab handfuls and plop them in. And I do want them like clustered on top of each other to kind of emulate the picture as much as possible. And it's very much thickening up, so I'm going to hush and hurry. Make sure I get everything scraped out of the bowl and tap this down on the floor. And then I'll be back to play with the top. All right, now I'm gonna try to texture the top. I haven't done this before. I haven't used the back of it. I like that, just nice and simple. That's fun. All right. Now I'm trying to push it down because I remembered I wanted to gel it. Okay. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. All right, so I am going to spray this with about 91% rubbing alcohol, insulate it, and we'll be back tomorrow to cut it. Okay, we are back to cut the green tea bubble slash boba tea. And I'm kind of bummed that this isn't smooth on the sides, but let's not get worked up yet. And that's honestly, it's purely a cosmetic issue. Oh, there we go. Oh, all right, I'm gonna pull the picture out. All right, so just remember, this was my kind of goal picture. My inspiration picture, that'd be better. Okay. You know, it's not bad. Oh, that makes me happy. Nice. All right. Okay, I am pretty happy with the color, everything. Little, of course, that one. Looks good. And I didn't try to put like a straw or anything in it. It was just more of the inside of what I want it to look like. Oh, okay. Whew. All right. It's always a little nerve-wracking for me when I try to fix like an oopsie batch. So I'm like, oh, come on. You've already given me so many issues. I just want you to work. And I think this did. Oh, well, I'm very, very thankful for my husband for giving me this idea because I mean, the fragrance oil just smells so good. It just was not working. So this works perfectly. And it was all the extra stuff I added. Like I have green tea salt in here, matcha green tea powder, all kinds of stuff. Oh, that is so pretty. All right. And yeah, I'm still gonna put my barrel stamp because what would my soaps be without the barrel on it? But I love it. All right, all the samples. All right, I'm gonna clean up my wire cutter and then be back to stamp everything. Be right back. Okay, we're back to stamp and I have my, you know, I think I'm just gonna do I have a medium-sized stamp that I think I will do, yeah. So I'm gonna use my medium-sized stamp and that'll just be going right over there. So not quite in the center, I think. All right, we're gonna do it on this one. I don't know what looks better. Let's get a little wider out. Okay, I'm not sure the mini one looks better or the big one. Let me try on my sample bars. You know, I think I actually like just the big one in the middle. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that. Okay. All right. So I think not too bad, right? I'm actually really excited about these. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this is gonna be, I think it's gonna be a pretty long one. I haven't started editing it yet, but I think it'll be a long one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a wonderful day.